Hey guys, this is Global Idiot 101, bringing you more Skyrim. But wait, why am I playing the game but talking in past tense? Well, that's because I was trying to use Audacity 1.2.6, which is only for Windows XP and earlier versions. Well, me, like an idiot, for some reason I decided not to look it up, why that was happening. And it turns out, well, obviously that's why it was happening, was because it was for Vista, not for Vista, for XP and earlier. And you know, they've since come out with a beta 1.3.4, I believe it is, for that includes Vista and Windows 7. Well, so this is a test. Hopefully it works. If it works, then you'll know that this is a test to see that whether or not it'll actually work without crashing as soon as I stop it. If you make note, I left my house with not even half of my good gear. I don't know why I did that. But in the next video, I do go back and get it, so if you just want to skip this video right now before you watch the whole thing, I fail at doing the full Gunther. We are trying to finish up the Galderson amulet, or the Galderson quest, with the Galder amulet. And we already have one fragment, and we're going for another fragment, just like the quest is telling us to. But on the way there, you know, as you see these guys fighting, I was freaking out. I thought maybe there's vampires or bandits that are too strong for me to kill, but you get closer and it's just Thalmor, just cares, and some storm cloaks. So you want to loot them. It's free dead people with free loot. So what you want to take is gold, arrows, and scaled helmets, and maybe a dagger, you know, just because it's worth a little bit. You don't really want to pick up the hide helmets or the rest of their stuff because it adds up really quick. You see its light armor says 2 and 2 and 8 and 2, and pretty much it's all 2. But if it's not worth more than, if you can't get more than like 50 for it, I would say just leave it. Unless you have really high barter skill, then I would say, you know, do whatever the hell you want. I mean, I really do say do whatever the hell you want, but if you're asking my opinion, this is how I do things. Anyways, we're almost there. It's if you haven't started the Dark Brotherhood quest, you might have to walk a little bit further, but this is right next to Solitude, actually. And if you've already found all of the stones, the ritual stones, or maybe not the ritual stones, but the birth sign stones, you know what I'm saying, the stones, man, it's the stones. Yeah, they are, there's one right nearby, as you can see on my map. And that elk, that sound, and that elk running out, that's very ominous. Anyways, I take a nice long time reading this. I don't really feel like rereading this. I used up my epic reading voice earlier reading this. So if you just want to skip ahead, you know, most of this video is reading stuff. If you just feel like skipping ahead, go right on ahead. If you don't want to listen to me, who really cares? You know, if you're here just for the video, really, who cares about me talking? Yeah. Anyways, this guy whose journal you're reading, he pretty much says he killed somebody for the ivory claw to come here to get a piece of the Galder amulet. But he thinks he's getting the entire amulet, or at least you're led to believe he thinks he's getting the entire amulet. But at the same time, he already knows that they've broken it up, but he makes no signs to say he intends on going for the other pieces. So I'm guessing we already killed the mage, and this guy is a mage that we're following, quote unquote following. And I believe this one in this place is he's the melee brother, so this would be the stamina one. And the very last one that I will go to is the ranged, the archer. So, yeah. Anyways, Fraps was playing nice. I got me a new mic to talk into. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell about how much nicer my voice might sound or whatever. Hopefully it's a good quality. I got this mic. Someone already made the point of, why are you spending money on a nice mic if you're not a YouTube partner and you only got like 2 views on all of your videos and stuff. And I have to say is I don't just use the mic for YouTube videos. This might have been my main reason because it just really frustrates me, but you know, I have other reasons. I use it for online gaming on my PC. I use it when I'm just chatting for whatever reason because I feel like it. You know, it gets really annoying. If you note the video right before this, there's a high static content, and that gets really annoying, not just to me, to everybody else. And then on top of that, because of the static and because of the bad quality of the mic, people usually don't understand what I'm saying, or they ask me to repeat it, and it's little things like that that just build up and they get really frustrating. But back to the video, since I'm done reading the book. The little rattle you heard, and the bones you saw hanging, I call that a bone rattle. They hang them out like that, usually, where you have to walk through them, or they'll put them like right in front of a chest, strung across the area with the chest, and in front of a bunch of Draugr. So essentially, if you want to loot that chest, you will have to pop that string, or you'll have to touch the bones, and you have to fight all the Draugr. It doesn't really get to a big issue until you start getting the Death Lords out. When we first encountered Death Lords, that would be like quite literally a 5-minute fight, and it's not fun at all. Anyways, yeah, you pretty much want to loot everything you can because free stuff is free, and free stuff is awesome, and free's, well, if you're not using your time other than the time it takes to take it off a dead corpse, then what is the point? One hit kill. But yes. And she's getting burned to death. And she summoned a flame atronach to do what? Absorb the flame to... Oh no, we are locked in here. Pull the chain right next to the door. You let your companions in. Hey, if your companion's already in, it doesn't even matter. Restless Draugrs don't really even matter at all. You want to just go ahead and get rid of all the oil on the floor and stuff, and steer clear of that lamp that's going to fall because it will explode. If you're standing too close, you will take damage. But yes. You know what? In my opinion, I think Orcish and Dwarven are the 2 best looking armors in the early part of the game. Daedric looks pretty cool, but at the same time, I don't know about most people, but I like my armors to be symmetrical, you know, because I think it looks nicer. No, while Daedric looks pretty beastly. You know, there's like the horns on the helmet aren't even, and I think that makes it look kind of derp. But when you get to the dragon bone armor, I think that looks pretty cool. Even for as big of a letdown the dragon bone is by the time you get to there, Daedric looks way cooler. Dragon scale armor looks pretty okay. Sorry for spoilers, but Daedric and glass are not really worse than dragon bone and scale. They're actually, that might be like the difference between steel and iron. There's only like 4 or 5 points, maybe 7 points for the whole set between them. And if you go from dragon bone like legendary dragon bone to legendary iron, the difference is only maybe, ooh, I don't know, like 25 to 100 points. Now the 100 points, that would be a big difference, and that'd be a real reason to just go ahead and move up on the ranks. But if you had to use the iron, or legendary iron that you got all the way up, if you had to use it, there's no reason why you wouldn't be able to succeed in it. But at the same time, you want to use the best that you have, right? But I think I'm done rambling for this video, assuming that Audacity does not crash on me again for the 4th time in a row. The rest of this video is just reading this book, and it doesn't even get all the way through reading the book, because this is actually a longer one. But I will be seeing you guys later. This has been Global Idiot 101. Hope you enjoy the reintroduction into my videos. Bye-bye.